The cabin is nowhere to be found. Where is the cabin? We got scammed. This bitch talking about she see a bear. We all looking at her like,
she's back.
hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know y'all haven't seen me in a while, and if you still here, thank you so much for sticking with a real one. Thank you so much. Today I'm back with a story time because I just gotta tell somebody about what the fuck happened. I'm sorry. So last time y'all seen me, it was just a whole lot going on in my life, so I had to take a really long pause. Just a pause, but I'm back now. I don't know how consistent I'm gonna be, but a lot of shit that happened in my life, and so now I'm ready to not only tell y'all what was happening, but bring y'all along for all these other things that I want to do, that I'm planning to do. Just so much. But right now, I got all these shoes up here. All these shoes. It's not organized. I don't know what's what. Some of them I don't wear. Like, it's time to get rid of them. So I am going to be decluttering the top of my closet. But that's not what y'all here for. Y'all here because I gotta tell y'all a story time about this family trip from hell. Okay? This is actually still fresh. So hopefully it don't start no mess because, yeah, it's still fresh. But I'm gonna tell y'all anyways because, oh well, I don't think nobody that's in my family gonna watch this anyway. So we gonna see. But I'm gonna figure out how to prop this camera up, and then while I'm decluttering all of this monstrosity of a mess, I'm gonna be telling y'all what happened on this trip. Okay, let's go. Okay, y'all, so I hope it's not too dark. I turned this light off because I wanted, some light shining this way. I'm blind as a bat, so I can't see if y'all can see or not. I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm finna start decluttering this shit, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what the fuck happened. So I'm not gonna be telling y'all like names in the story because this is like family drama, and I don't want to be putting nobody's business out there like that. So our family, where should I start, bitch? Where should I start? Okay, so every year, I hope y'all can hear me. Every year since my auntie passed, we have been doing family trips. So this year in particular, we were supposed to go to Jamaica, but things happened and that didn't really work out. And, we were trying to work it out, but before that could even happen, this trip to the cabin got planned. So we kind of like, dang, we'd have been here like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. We don't want to go there again. Like, why are we going there again? There's so many other places we can go as a family. Why do we keep going to this cabin trip in Tennessee? The trip is in Tennessee, if I didn't say that already. So, for a couple months, we were complaining about it. Like, I don't really want to go. I don't think I want to go. But then my mom was pretty much like, you either go or you find somewhere to go while I'm gone. Yes, I still live with my mom because rent is $50 million, and I just can't afford that right now. I'm so sorry. If you can, kudos to you, bitch. But anyways, so we decided to go on a trip. First day on the trip, everything is good. We in good spirits. Like, okay, we going on a family trip. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So, the first red flag I noticed is that this person, I have to mention this because this is very important to the whole story time. There's one person in our family that sponsors all of these family trips. This person paid for this trip and has paid for all the other previous trips. This is something they did out of like charity work. I don't know how to use it, but like, just something nice for the family. It's not, no stipulations to it. It's just charity. So we are traveling with this person to our destination, which is Tennessee. So we're traveling from Louisiana all the way to Tennessee, which is like a 10-hour drive. So while we're traveling, this person mentions a few times that we didn't want to go on a trip. We didn't want to go on a trip. Me, I'm kind of like laughing it off, ignoring it, because what I'm thinking in my head is like, how you know I didn't want to come on a trip? So that already lets me know that my mama told my grandma and my grandma told her. We have this problem in our family where everybody talks too much. They always want to transfer information, and it gets to the wrong people and wrong things are said and information gets mixed up. It's like a game of telephone that never ends. That never ends. So y'all, I ain't organized shit in this closet yet. So everything is cool, and then we realize on the trip that everybody is already doing too much. This is when the attitudes start. Everybody is doing too much instead of, eating in the car like normal people. When you're traveling, they want to stop places to eat and stuff, knowing we've been on the road all day. This is a 10-hour drive, so why we're stopping to eat, I don't know. Like, it was just, they were just doing way too much. And this person, like, when this person's dad is around, they amplify it times 10. So it's just like, okay, come on now. Like, we tired of making all these stops. Let's just get there. So we finally get there, and now we go to the hotel. We're in separate hotels. So this person and a few of my other family members are staying over there. Me, my mom, my sisters are all staying in this other hotel, and it's really a newer hotel. It's a nicer hotel. We were staying at a hotel called True. I think it's by Hilton, and they were staying at Super 8, which is, everybody know, not the most desirable hotel. So, we trying to get lit or whatever. We trying to smoke, so we invite my cousin to come stay with us in our room because I paid for my own room. So we go to the pool, we go swimming, we showing our cousin, like, y'all, this hotel is nice. Everybody like, oh, we want to come over there. So, I wanted to hang out with my cousin or whatever, get the vacation started. So then my mom and my sister goes to pick up my cousin while I watch the kids, like my kid and my sister's. So they get back to the hotel. This, to me, vacation has started. We going up to the deck. I will put some clips in if I still have them, but we go up to the deck or whatever. We eating our little Publix sandwiches because in Louisiana, well, in the part of Louisiana I'm in, we don't have Publix. So anytime we go to a Publix, we want to get a sub sandwich, but these sub sandwiches was nasty as F. Okay, they was nasty as fuck. The bread was hard. Everything, it was just a mess. Like, oh my God. So, then, we chilling, we hanging out, whatever. And our first thought already was, dang, like the other cousins, they're gonna be salty, whatever, because we only came and got this cousin, which is in our age group. We didn't go get the other cousins because they're younger. We didn't want to do no babysitting, none of that stuff. Anyway, so everything was good. The night was good. We chill on the deck, we smoke, we go to sleep. Wake up the next day, and all the family comes to our hotel, and they meet up with us. This is where a lot of the problems start. First of all, the other family comes to our hotel, and they're like, oh, dang, we should have stayed here. We had bed bugs. Like, dang. They were talking to this person, like, why you didn't pay for us to stay here? Why you didn't pay for us to stay here? This is where ungrateful starts to come in. We start to hear, like, y'all being ungrateful. Be like, you had somewhere to stay. You could have paid for it yourself. So, we sit at the hotel for hours, and everybody's pretty much questioning, like, okay, so what are we doing? Like, we came all the way here. Do we got anything planned? What's the plan? This is when we realized there was nothing planned. There was nothing planned. We pretty much paid for this cabin, and that's all we were gonna be doing, is staying in the cabin the whole trip. So that's when, you know, pretty much everybody saying their own opinion. Like, you know, that's pretty lame. Like, boring as fuck. Why are we doing that? So, we had, mind you, we went to Tennessee to stay in the cabin, but we stayed in the hotel the first night because we wanted to be able to be there and get groceries and actually, you know, go in the house and check in instead of, you know, getting there 4 hours after check-in or whatever, because we still traveling. We didn't want to do that. We had other family flying in and stuff like that, so we all just wanted to be there that day. So we get there. We get to we're first, oh God, let me tell you. So we're on the way to the cabin. We gotta go find the cabin now. We get an address to the cabin. We're driving, and I'm gonna add clips into this too. We're driving. This is the start of our family vlog, cause there's too much shit going on. First of all, we trying to find our cabin. Apparently the cabin don't exist, okay? We got gypped, y'all. Oh, shit. We almost ran into the other car.
This cabin don't exist.
She need to check.
Lord.
She need to check the address.
Hold on, y'all. Let me look at my maps. We'll be back. The cabin is nowhere to be found. Where is the cabin? We got scammed. I'm automatically thinking we got scammed. So I'm like, damn, like, y'all, they really got us. They got us real bad. We can't find the cabin. We're literally driving up and down mountains and hills for hours. I'm not gonna say hours, but definitely about an hour, if not at least an hour, looking for this house. Then we finally figure it out. We finally get in the house, and then they talk about, oh yeah, so we got to get ready to go grocery shopping. Me, my sister, my cousin, that's all in the same age group. We like, we're not going grocery shopping. And they had already mentioned, they already made it clear of where to me that the reason they didn't want us to stay at the house because they felt like we was only staying because we wanted to smoke or whatever. I'm like, first of all, my cousin is 24. I'm 22. My sister about to be 18 in August. What we do does not concern you. Like, and so this person, as soon as we get into this cabin, this person takes on the role of, y'all not gonna tell me what y'all not gonna do. I pay for this, I pay for this, I pay for this. So we gonna do this and we gonna do this. And you stay in this room and you stay in this room and you stay in that room. And no, you're not getting this room. You gotta get a room like this. It was a mess. I will say, when we got to this cabin, my room was very nice. I was happy with my room. The room was big AF. It was spacious. I don't think I recorded my room, but if I did, I will add that in as well. So we get in our room, we settle in. They're like, okay, y'all don't gotta go to the grocery store, but y'all gotta watch the kids. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, they're fine with me. You ain't gotta tell me twice, okay? Leave the kids. Bye. Y'all have fun. So they left the kids. And you know, all the cousins, we all chilling at the house. You know, some of the kids being a little extra, but it was what it was. Like, you know, it was pretty chill. So they finally get back with the groceries. They come looking for us immediately. Like, y'all need to get your ass in here and help us with the groceries. Y'all need to help us take the groceries out of the car, put the groceries in the kitchen, which was fine with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done took y'all time to grocery shop, so the least I could do is help put up the groceries. Like, come on now. So I helped put up groceries. Now they cooking dinner. They cooking hot dogs and chili and French fries and all this stuff. The food is good. I'm talking about we was smashing the food. So we eat. Everything is good, you know. After this, the family pretty much chilling. We playing pool, we dancing. Listening to music. And then at this point, everybody starts, you know, getting tired. It's about 2-ish in the morning by this point, and we all like, okay, well, you know, it's time to wind down, finna take our baths, you know, get ready for bed, whatever. I go chill in my cousin's room because I'm not exactly ready to go to bed just yet. My daughter at this point has went to sleep, like a lot of people have went to sleep. Most of the kids have went to sleep. So we chilling, and I hear my name being yelled, Cameron, Cameron, Cameron. And I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? And this whole trip, this family been talking about, oh, bears this, bears that. So immediately the first thought in my head was it was a fucking bear. Like, but I'm thinking it's a bear in the house. So I'm like, oh shit, like. So I'm running out the room because I need to know why this person is yelling my name. I run out the room. I run into the living room. It's pitch black dark. I'm looking around like, where you at? Where you at? This person is yelling my name from the kitchen. This person said, y'all, I see a mice. I see a mice. I see a mouse. I see a mice, whatever. And we instantly jumping on tables, jumping on sofas, whatever. I see my uncle, my uncle, 6'6", whatever. I'm talking about wear a size 15 shoe, you know, at least a healthy 200 pounds. Like, he a big man. He tall, he a big man. He is getting on the table. If this man is getting on the table, I'm getting on the table. Because if he's scared, what the fuck you think he's going to do to me? I'm getting on the table with him just based off of the fact that I seen this man get on the table because he heard a mouse. So we all like, what's going on? What's going on? My other uncle comes in and he turned on the light. He want to know what's going on. He looking for the mouse, whatever. And this is where this video comes in. Where he at? Come over here. Where he at?
Y'all so loud.
That's okay.
We're gonna need to record this. There we go.
So yeah, that's what happened. We seen a mouse in the house. Mind you, the mouse was running so fast. I'm talking about so fast. The mouse was running so fast that it took the family a while to even figure out where it went. Like, it was just a lot going on. Me, I'm screaming. I'm terrified. I'm really like feeling like I'm living in Roach Motel at this point. Like, I feel like the house is infested. So now, like, I'm getting a real bad headache. Like, I don't know. My headaches for the past few weeks have been severe. So, like, my headache is hurting so much. I'm like, okay, I need to go find some medicine. So I run to the other wing of the house where my mom and my grandma is. We call her Momo. So if you hear Momo, that's my grandma. I run to that other side and they both peeking. They peeking like, what's going on? Because they thinking if all they ass yelling, I ain't going over there to see what the fuck going on. But if they run to me, then I'ma hide. So they pretty much left us for dead. Didn't give a fuck about us. So I went over there and I'm telling them, y'all, it's a rat. Like, we seen a rat. And I'm showing them the videos like, this the rat. And they like, oh no. Like, oh my God. We got rats in this bitch. I'm like, I told y'all I ain't want to come here. I told y'all last I want to come here. Now you got me sleeping in a rat-ass house. Man, I was so mad. I was so mad. My head was beaming at this point. To the point where I'm like, oh my God. Like, I think something is wrong. My grandma gave me some medicine. I go back to check on. Hi. Close the door. My daughter just came in. If you hear her, that's her.
Peachy.
Yeah. So I go back on the other side of the house where the kitchen is, where they seen the rat, and you know, I'm pretty much talking with the family, like trying to figure out what the hell we're gonna do to get this rat. My uncles pretty much took on the role as being the mouse busters. So, you know, from that point, it was nothing really for me to do but sit there. So I'm like, shit, I don't feel good. a lot of my other family members are asleep by this point. So I'm like, you know what? I'm finna just go to sleep and sleep this headache off. At this point, I was gonna sleep till the morning. But as I'm sleeping, my sister keeps coming in the room like every hour, like, girl, the rat done ran through the living room. So that means the rat that came from the kitchen now is ran in the living room. How it get from the kitchen to the living room? It gotta be more than one. Like, a mess. Just a mess. So she came in my room, I think 2 or 3 times, telling me that. I'm finally like, okay, dang, let me get up. I gotta pee. So I get up to use the bathroom, and I'm noticing it's trash bags all on the floor. So in my head, I'm like, oh shit, let me just hurry up because it might have been a rat in this bitch. So I go pee, I'm getting up, and my uncle is opening the door. He's like, oh shit, my bad. Girl, he done put traps in the bathroom to see if the mice were gonna run through the bathroom. So he opened the door because he knew the light was off in the bathroom at first, and then he seen it was on. Nobody had seen me get out the room and go in the bathroom, nothing. So he opened the door because he thought, hold on, what's going on in here? The light was off, now it's on. So then I go in the living room. The whole living room. When I say the whole living room is rearranged. The whole rug that was down is up, is rolled up, is sitting on the TV stand. All the couches that were like, you know, like this, they by the walls now. So it's just open space. So if the rat comes out, they can see it, they can catch it. It got baskets and shit everywhere so they can, you know, get it. My uncle is laying on the dang on kitchen table. I'm like, what is happening? Like, what's going on? My uncle hurt his toe trying to catch the rat. I keep saying rat and mouse, but you know what I mean. You gonna see what it is. Or you already should have seen what it is by this point. But yeah, he hurt his toe trying to catch the dang on thing. And so while I'm sitting there, we pretty much like, okay, y'all, we gotta be quiet because we need to see when this mouse pops back up again. So we sitting there talking. My auntie is sitting by the kitchen table where my uncle is laying down, and she like, it's in here, it's in here, it's in here, it's in here. Everybody like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Everybody said, shut the fuck up. Says we gotta be quiet so the rat don't know that we see his ass. So it's walking past the stove. And I see it. It looks big as fuck when it's running around. But when we caught it, it was a little tiny thing. But it looks big as fuck. So it's looking for food. At this point, somebody left a bag of chips open. The rat went in them chips and it started eating. And my uncle waited until the rat got deep into them chips. And then he closed the bag. Then they put a basket over it. Then they put 2 big ass cans on it. And they wedged them cans in between the basket and the counter, which is what you're seeing in that video.
This going on YouTube. This video going everywhere.
Look, nobody gonna want to stay in Cappy USA no more.
This video definitely going.
How she keep getting all the good videos? Because I'm just shooting at somebody. Other people like doing. Oh my goodness, Kenneth, he just flicked you off.
That's all right. He trapped. Motherfucker.
Everybody keep arguing, debating. Like, is it 1 rat? Is it 2 rats? Is that more gonna come out? They usually travel together. It should be more than 1, but we hoping it's 1. Everybody keeps saying, let's just say it's 1 so we can get some sleep. We waited a few more minutes, maybe even up to an hour, and we all decided, okay, we're just gonna go to sleep because we don't see nothing else. Hopefully nothing else happens tonight. We go to sleep. I wake up the next morning and I'm hearing commotion. So, you know, I know the family is up, so I'm like, okay, let me get up. I get up, I go into the kitchen. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I go into the kitchen. They said the people that owns the cabin came and got the rat. So at this point, the rat is gone. The rat is gone now. And pretty much we're just trying to figure out what we're going to do now, because by this point we're traumatized. We don't want to stay in this cabin no more. So they pretty much tell us, the owners of the cabin people pretty much tell us that they're going to try to reimburse us or whatever. We're also trying to get food reimbursed too, because we don't want none of that shit. All them groceries that they bought, we don't want none of that shit. So we try to get that reimbursed too. They pretty much just like, yeah, we're going to give y'all money back. So
5 o'clock in the morning, we didn't even get to sleep. So I'm gonna be compensated for my first night, regardless. And then you're gonna displace us. My family, we drove 10 hours, ma'am. 10 hours to get here. And as you see, I'm a repeat stayer. That's the reason why I got a discount. This is not my second time staying with you, but I've stayed in cabins 3 times. This is my second time with you. So my thing is, I said I want to be reimbursed my first night regardless. Also, I want you to reimburse my food. And I told him I wanted a comparable cabin if we were going to stay with you. Gus is telling me, no, I can't do that, I can't do that. I sent you everything you need. I don't get why you can't simply do, and even still, if you refund me my $4,600, I have to wait 3 to 5 business days.
they came up with the idea of staying in hotels. I feel like by the time we got to this hotel is where shit hit the fan. So we get to this hotel, pretty much everybody is irritated by this point. Like, it's too much going on in the trip. We've been waiting hours to eat for the last 3 days because they're doing so much and we're really not doing nothing. We don't have no activities planned. We're just moving pretty much the whole vacation. And so we finally get to this hotel. We get in our rooms. We, me and my daughter fussing at each other because she's hungry, I'm hungry. We all having a bad day because we just hungry, we starving, we tired of moving. There's too much luggage, there's too much kids, there's just too much going on to keep moving back and forth. Mind you, we went from a hotel to a cabin and now we're back in a hotel. So we get to this hotel, everybody settles in, they're like, okay, the shuttle gonna be there in 5 minutes. You need to get your ass in that shuttle if you want to go to eat. So everybody got their ass out that hotel, and we standing there waiting for the shuttle. The shuttle never comes. The shuttle never comes. We did not see the shuttle until all of this shit was over. So we standing there waiting for the shuttle, and then this person, that it sponsored the whole trip and stuff, feels like because they're still superior in the family to me and my sister, and also superior to the point where they paid for the trip, that they can kind of nitpick and say what they want to say. So me and my sister have boyfriends. They live together, and they're both Nigerian. My family has this thing where they like to pick on African culture, and so it's kind of irritating and very ignorant. And we've expressed that a few times, but it just does not change. So at this point, this person is pretty much broadcasting that my sister has lost her virginity and asking her in front of everybody, like grilling her, like, what does he do for you? And does he take you on dates? Does he buy you things? Mind you, this person has not been in a committed relationship in a very long time. They don't have kids. Nothing, really. I'm not gonna lie to you, not even a pet. The person is grilling my sister, and I'm kind of sitting there side-eyeing, like, why are you saying that? Like, that's not everybody's business. Mind you, the only reason she knows this business is, again, because my family talks too much. We're playing that game of telephone. This is how she knows. This is how this person knows all this information, because, this is what it is. The family talk too much, they older. We can't control the information that they share with each other. We try to keep most of our business to ourselves, but some things do get shared, unfortunately. Person is grilling my sister, like asking her questions, whatever. We kind of irritated at this point. We hungry, like, you keep bringing up unnecessary stuff about her relationship, like, that's unnecessary. Then I'm irritated with my mama because it's like, why would you even tell her that information? Like, it's just too much going on. So we brush it off, and mind you, we still standing there waiting on the shuttle. The shuttle never comes. So we go ahead and we start walking. We walked like maybe a 10-15 minute walk to where the strip is so you can see all the different food places. We decided to go to Mellow Mushroom. There I ordered everything. I ordered salad, wings, pizza, a calzone for later because I knew it was gonna be smoking. I think that's it. And I ordered a margarita, or was it a daiquiri? I think it was a daiquiri because this family was pissing me off. I needed something, very much something. I needed something to calm myself down. So I got me a daiquiri, which did not help because it tasted like juice. But we ate good. My mom, some kind of way, she had got some money that was mixed up, so I ended up paying, for our food, and everybody ate good, whatever. Everything was cool. We walked back to the hotel now, and we chilling. The rest of the family. I forgot to say that the family split up. When we went here, some of us went to Mellow Mushroom, some of us went to Five Guys, some of us went to an Italian restaurant. So the group that went to Mellow Mushroom stayed together. We just went back to the hotel together because we was full. We didn't feel like walking on no trip after that. So we went back to the room. So everybody was taking naps. We was full, just relaxing. So then we get to a point where my cousin was like, I'm chilling in the lobby, like, pretty much saying, like, come out when y'all done doing whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a shower, and then I'll be out. Because I had just ate, so I knew, like, oh yeah, I need to release. Okay, get in the shower, get comfortable, whatever. If you hear that noise, that's my daughter in the back being extra. Say hey.
Hey.
So and by this point, we go down to outside. And it's like a little sitting area outside by a lake, by the pool, all that stuff. We sitting out there chilling. Because initially we was gonna smoke out there, but then the whole family started going out there. So then we like, okay, we gotta go somewhere else. Mind you, I keep forgetting stuff in the story, but before we went down there, my sisters walked out of the room without no supervision. So I'm telling them, like, go back in the room. Like, I'm not responsible for y'all. I only got my child at this point. So then my grandma comes along in the elevator because she, we was all going to the same place. She's like, well, y'all going down there. Everybody down there, like, they can come. Stop being like that. So when it was time for us to decide, okay, we need to go somewhere else, I take my daughter and we leave. Then my grandma's calling me and she like, you left your sister out here. I'm not babysitting. I'm like, I told you when you said it was okay for them to come down here that I was not watching them. So you need to watch them. Then she like, you heard what I said. Just come get her. Just come get her. So at this point, I'm pissed off already. This is like strike 15 for this family, for real. So I go get them. I'm pretty much like talking shit. I tell my sister, just go get them so we can take them back to the room, whatever. So then, I take them back to the room. Me and my cousins, we go to the lobby and we pretty much just talk about all of our issues that we have with the people in the family, which was, because at this point, everybody irritated with the family because there's been a lot of bullshit going on. There's been a lot of irritation. So we talking, and then for a while, all the family just starts coming up to the lobby. This is when we starting to realize, like, the family kind of wants to hang out with us, so they keep gravitating to wherever we are. So this person comes out of nowhere and pretty much was like, y'all need to help y'all mom with y'all. Well, first, my grandma comes to me and she's like, oh yeah, y'all need to help y'all mom with y'all sisters for when she go on that trip, And I'm like, what you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we ain't talked about this. How you telling me about something she never even talked to me about, and we live together? Like, what are you talking about? Then this person comes up and was like, well, if you don't do it, you can get out. You don't help your mama, And I'm like, what? Like, I'm sitting there confused. Like, what are you talking about? You don't even live with us. So how you gonna tell me what I do and don't do to help my mama after I just paid for my mama and my sister to eat? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm asking my mom about it, and of course she's not saying nothing, which leads me to believe that she went down there and pretty much, you know, bashed me and my sister to the family, trying to say we weren't helping her after I just fed them. So at this point, I'm definitely pissed off. Like, I don't even want to be on this trip at this point. I'm irritated. I'm irritated with this person. I'm irritated with my mama. I'm irritated with my mama. I'm irritated with everybody. So, you know, me and my cousins, we go back down to the sitting area with the lake after everybody has went to sleep, and we like, okay, we gonna smoke. Mind you, we know bears hang around this area, and they are attracted to the smell of weed. So we smoke out whatever, we smoking, we talking, we chilling, whatever. And then my cousin gets up. She gets up and she like, oh. And we sitting there looking at her for 2 minutes like, mind you, we high as a kite. Ooh, excuse me. We sitting there looking at her like, and after I said 2 minutes, after them 2 seconds, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck she see, but she still speaks to, so let me get the fuck up. So I start running this way. I don't know why all the rest of them, my cousin, my sister, my other cousin, they all decide to run the same way. So bitch, I'm running. I look on the other side of the chair. These bitches is piling up on top of each other, falling. I'm like, oh yeah, bitch. Like, they not finna, whatever it is, if it's a bear, whatever, is not finna get me, bitch. So these hoes dying, I'm winning. I got the key to get in the door, bitch. I am gone, bitch. Okay, I get to the door, I'm running. This me, I'm running. I'm swiping. The door is not fucking opening. So they all piling up behind me. I'm still swiping. Bitch, the door was not opening. If it was a bear out there, if it was anything out there, we would have been dead because the door was not opening. So we finally get the door open and we just standing there in the walkway. We still like, what the fuck did you see? This bitch talking about she see a bear. We all looking at her like, you didn't see no fucking bear, bitch. So we crying, laughing. We laughing at my cousin or whatever because we don't know if she really seen the bear or not. We looking out the door and we don't know if she seen the bear or not. We don't know. Okay, so regardless of the fact, we don't know if she seen the bear or not, but she said she seen the bear. We was running so fast that my cousin and my sister dropped their phones outside. They dropped their keys. They dropped their bag, whatever. So we like, okay, damn. You saying it's the bear outside, but we still gotta go back and get our shit. So I'm like, okay, y'all. We're gonna have to grow some balls, bitch. I'm gonna open the door. I'm feeling like I'm not about to open the door. I'm not about to go out this door again because I didn't leave nothing outside. Y'all bitch did. So I'm gonna hold the door. And then y'all get y'all shit and run back. I'm at the door, so you just gotta run. These bitches athletic. They can run, okay? Me, on the other hand, not so much. So I finally talked them into doing it. They get their shit. Now, at this point, you know, we kiki and laughing. So I'm like, I'm finna get their ass. I'm like, ooh, bitch, I start closing the door. They ran to the door, bitch. So they finally get their stuff. We laughing or whatever. So we decided, okay, you know, let's just go chill in the exercise room because nobody in there. We can sit in there and ain't no bears gonna get us. So we sit in there chilling, you know, talking to our boyfriends, whatever. We chill for like an hour or so, and then a boy looking in the gym, he clearly wants to work out. We not working out, so we like, okay, we just gonna call it a night. We go to sleep. The next day, we are going into a different cabin today. So we're moving yet again. Everybody, you know, we trying to keep our hopes high. And we just gonna hope that this next cabin is better than the last. We get to this cabin. This cabin is a lot easier to find. First thing we notice right off the bat is that people are still in this house. My uncle goes in, he comes out, he tells us that they are still trying to clean the house. So we start taking the groceries in because they had to go grocery shopping again. And we bring the stuff in the house. I'm calling this person, tell them what's going on. You know, everything good with me and this person at this point. I take my stuff in the house. I'm sitting there waiting. Everybody pretty much waiting until this person get here to tell us where our rooms are. We get in the house, and I'm noticing, you know, the house has a lot of rooms. So I'm thinking, you know, of course, because I'm not an adult, but they have plenty of rooms for the adult. So that should leave at least one room for me and my daughter to sleep. So, mind you, I didn't mention this, but between the hotel and the cabin, we did go to Walmart to get groceries, and we went to an outlet. Both of those places, you know, both of my cousin and my sister, we were kind of like together. We were clicked up. We stayed with each other because we really irritated with the rest of them at this point. And, you know, we just trying to have a good time, make the most of the trip. So we hang out with each other. This person is getting irritated by that based off the fact that we're not hanging out with everybody else, which I didn't understand because, you know, we're not adults. So we're not going to be in your face all the time. I mean, we're adults, but we're not y'all age. And we're not little kids, so we have no reason to hang out with them either. So it's just us together because we're the only ones that's, you know, in this age group-ish thing. So this person is pretty much irritated off the fact that we have been together the whole trip. So by the time that it comes to organizing rooms, instead of giving me and my daughter a room like this person should have, they say that my younger cousin is going to get the room by himself, and then me and my daughter is going to sleep on a bunk bed, and then the rest of the clique, my sister, my cousins, are all going to sleep in a bunk bed room together. I'm like, this is a twin size bed. How am I going to sleep on a bunk bed with a baby? Like, this is not making sense. Even my mama, my uncles, it's like, yeah, that's kind of messed up. Like, I don't get that. So then, you know, she pretty much arguing with everybody pretty much. And they just like, okay, well, we're not paying for it, so I guess it is what it is at this point. This is where shit hits the fan. What the fuck? I thought someone was behind me, bitch. So this is where shit hits the fan, bitch. So this is when I start getting irritated with this person in particular, because now I feel like you being petty. You didn't want to give us the room because you didn't want to give me, you know, my own room because you wanted everybody to be uncomfortable because you feel like you paid for this. So pretty much what you say goes. And, you know, I didn't agree with that. My mom didn't agree with that. So we are at this point voicing our opinions because it is fucked up. And, you know, we usually go by seniority in this family when it comes to things. So it just didn't make sense for him to get his own room. She's basically, her point of view was, well, he's the only boy. So, which he's not the only boy. It was one other little boy in the house, but our whole life he's been the only boy. It's been nothing but girls in this family the whole time. So he did understand that he may have to sleep in a room with girls. Like, come on now. And so she pretty much was saying, like, y'all been together this whole time. He's the only boy, so let him get that room and y'all stay in the room together. I'm like, okay, whatever, fuck it. We bring our stuff down to the room. I'm pissed off taking my stuff down to the room, but when we get there, we chilling. You know, we letting it go, just saying, you know, we just got 2 days. Let's just get these 2 days over with by this point. So, out of nowhere, this person comes storming down the stairs into the room. She comes straight to my cousin, and she's like, your funds is cut off. I'm not sending you no more money. Da, da, da. My cousin looks at her, and she says, why are you cutting my funds off? And she just, I'm talking about the slap was so fucking hard. The slap was so hard. She slapped her like a random bitch on the street. Like, I promise you, honest to God, true, I would never slap my daughter this hard. Mind you, this particular cousin, she has 3 other siblings and their mom passed away. I think I mentioned that in the first story time. Their mom passed away. So, you know, they don't have much guidance. They live with their dad, but they've had a very strange relationship with him. So, you know, it's just a lot going on in this situation. So she slapped her and we all automatically was like, whoa, like what the hell is happening? She hit her back and I'm like, dang, like you really doing too much. Like it's a lot going on. And then she directs all of that energy towards me. All that energy she just had from slapping, I'm talking about pimp slapping this little girl. She directs it towards me. And so now she like, you don't tell me when I'm doing too much. I take care of her financially. I'm like, yeah, but you're not her mom. She's like, I am her mom. Mind you, she sends her $20 a week. Like, that's not taking care of somebody financially, if you ask me. But okay, some people might think that's fine with me. Okay, whatever. But she's like, I am her mom. Like, I slap you. She holding her hands like this. Like, I slap you too. And at this point, I'm backing up because, like, you know, you my auntie, I really don't want to do this to you. Like, I really don't want to go there with you. So, like, I'm backing up because I don't want you in my person's place. But I also don't want to get mad enough to retaliate because you got your hand like this, like you threatening to slap me. So then my mom comes in the room. My mom knew we was already mad from the room situation, so she thought that's what the argument was about. When my mom comes down there, she sees that we're arguing, so she's pulling her sister back like, come on, just go upstairs. We need to cool off. Because she thought we're arguing over the room. So then my auntie is still yelling. She like, I'm your auntie, you don't tell me what to do. Like, I'll slap you too. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And she's like, I promise you, we could go toe to toe. We'll be fighting in this bitch. And then I told you that we went on previous vacations together without the family, you know, as like a girls trip type thing. And we plan on doing this again next year. But then she like, I promise you, you ain't got to come on this trip. And I'm like, you ain't got to worry about it. I ain't going. Just still arguing. My mom eventually gets her out of the room. So now we talking amongst ourselves and everybody's just like, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Like, how did we get there that fast? My cousin is sitting over there at this point, she is mad. She crying, she ready to fight. She tying her hair up, she taking her stuff off. And we're like, no, like you don't need to do that. Like this is not the time for you to be doing no shit like that. My other cousin, she was in the midst of taking her clip-ins out, washing her hair and stuff. So she's in the bathroom and you know, we trying to make light of the situation. So she's like, damn, like she slapped the fuck out you. But we all laughing. I'm still heated, like tears coming out my eyes because I'm you know, she was trying to take me there, but I really didn't want to go there based off the simple fact that is my auntie and I do have a respect for her that I would not have for a random girl that did that. You get what I'm saying? So by this point, all of her siblings come into the room like, okay, y'all just need to calm down. Like, she did mention something about being ungrateful, and I'm like, who is being ungrateful? Like, who was being ungrateful? I never said nothing to you that was ungrateful. I never said anything to you about the trip at all. So how are we being ungrateful? Pretty much, you know, trying to make it seem like we've been ungrateful this whole trip. And it's like, we've been ungrateful because we've been together. Like, it was given like she was jealous that we weren't hanging out with her. Like, I don't know what the issue was, but she just had an issue with us being together for some reason. So then my uncles come down and like, that's your auntie, like you need to show some respect and like, I really don't care because at that moment when you came to me talking about we gonna fight toe to toe, all that family stuff went out the window. All that family stuff went out the window. Yeah, I still got respect for you, and if she would have took it there, I mean, I would have had no choice but to take it there. But at that point, all them roles in the family don't matter. It don't matter. So I'm pretty much arguing back with them, and then, you know, trying to defend her because, you know, at the end of the day, they're going to defend the adults because they the adults, whatever. So, in the other room, my cousin is mad because he thinks that we're arguing because he got the room, and we like, no, we don't have no problem with you. We're not arguing over that. Something else happened. So we pretty much try to make sure we good with him. Like, we not mad with you. Like, calm down, bro. It's nothing like that. So then everybody calm down, and then they trying to understand what happened because nobody was in the room but us and her. So then my mama comes down. She finally get in the house from bringing luggage and all this stuff. She is in distraught right now because her family is just falling apart. It's been too much. We're tired. We're hungry. It's just a lot going on. And, you know, she's talking to us. We talking to her, telling her what happened, all these different things. We leave it at that. All the adults go upstairs. And she's pretty much talking about us, talking about the situation loudly up there. My mom, you know, that's her sister, but at the end of the day, she is going to side with her children if we are right, because, you know, she gonna side with who right. It don't matter if we her children, if she her sister, it does not matter. She knew that she was wrong, so she wasn't gonna side with her. It just was what it was. She also knew that, you know, it was things built up that was happening along the trip. So, hold on. So when all of that anger came out, she knew, like, okay, they not tripping. Like, it's really you. It's really you. Then her and my mom get into it, and they pretty much not go at it, but they saying their words back and forth. And they like, you know what, I understand where you're coming from. You got it. So, you know, they squashed it. They good. After that, the whole house chill out, you know, dinner get cooked. Then something happened with my cousin. I'm not gonna bring that up because it's none of my business to share, but something happened, and then my aunt comes down, talk to us, and tells us what happened again. Not again, but she comes down and tells us what happened. And so at this point, I'm thinking, okay, you know, maybe because we family, is just automatically squash, we good. Okay, so the next day, my sister is telling us that my aunt took all the money out of her savings that she was supposed to get on her birthday off her card. So she did this out of generosity for my sister and my cousins, you know, just so they could have some type of spending money throughout the week, whatever. My sister is now pissed because she didn't really think that they had no beef, because she was just kind of like in the midst of what was going on. She didn't really have, you know, too much to say. She was just there. And so she was kind of upset because it's like, well, why are you coming at me and I didn't do nothing to you? If anything, if you're going to be mad at anybody, she should have been mad at me, but not everybody else. She's also mad at my other cousin that was in the bathroom that did nothing but try to break it up, but they lived together, and she felt like, I guess, she should have been taking her side instead of trying to break it up. Like, I don't know. Mind you, this person is 30. We are in our 20s. So she should be thinking a little bit more mature than we are. She should be thinking a little bit more rational at this age. But unfortunately, age does not come with maturity. So my sister's mad about that. I'm like, okay, like, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with the attitudes. I'm tired of dealing with people looking crazy and stuff. Let's just do something. Let's get out the house. So we decide to go to an escape room, which we actually had a really fun time. We did not escape, but we came very close. So we had a good time doing that. It was a real good way to take the energy off of that and put it towards something else. So we were actually, you know, in good spirits when we left there. On the way home, my cousin has a talk with her mom. Her mom is also my aunt's cousin. No, her mom is also my aunt's aunt. So her mom and mama are sisters. So they are first cousins. And though they live together. So I hope y'all keeping up. So she gets a call from her mom, and she's like, she talked to my aunt or whatever, basically about the situation, all this stuff. And her mom told her, that my aunt was mad at her, and she wants her to move out now. She don't want to live with her now. And so my aunt is like, that's really fucked up. Like, she acting like a bitch. Like, all this stuff because I didn't do nothing to you. So why are you retaliating against me? Like, that's childish as fuck. So, you know, after we get picked up from the escape room, my cousin's talking to her mom in the car. So we're on the way to Popeyes, which is where my aunt, my mama, and my mom was eating together. So while they're in there eating, we decide we're gonna stay in the car because we don't even want to go into Popeyes and be sitting there looking at her, because it's just gonna be some more mess. So we stay in the car. We go back home for the rest of the trip. We don't really say much to each other. We kind of separate. You know, people did try to make efforts to pull us together, like Uno game and stuff, but once we realized that she was playing, we was like, yeah, don't really want to do none of that. On the last day when it was time to leave, we still wasn't talking. You know, everybody pretty much like, you know, let's just go home, get the fuck up out of this place, get the fuck up out of this bitch. The whole Tennessee used to have a different environment, but the environment of this trip, the environment of this place, this city, it was just very like, it was eerie. Like, it just made you want to go back home. Like, it just was not, it wasn't giving. So my sister walked upstairs because she had put some cream on her face. So their mom was like, what's on your face? And she like, I got some bumps on my face, whatever. I think it came from the bed, whatever, these dirty beds. And then my aunt was like, well, you could have slept outside. You know, saying smart little remarks and stuff. My sister was just kind of like looking at my mom like, you see this? And then she walked away, which my mom later admitted, like, you know, I'm glad you was holding your tongue because you held it a lot more than you usually do. So we gonna commend her for that. So now it's time to go home. Mind you, I forgot to mention that we woke up, actually the night before, we did realize that my daughter was coming down with a fever. I don't know where it came from. Don't know what happened with that, but she ended up getting a fever. And we didn't have no medicine. We in the middle of the woods. We don't got no medicine. So before we get on the road, we gonna stop at Dollar General. And we're gonna get her some medicine, then we're gonna get her on the road. Mind you, I told you that my mom's car got locked up. So the money she had for the trip is now locked up. She can't spend it. So she was asking my aunt if she can borrow, you know, gas money until she gets home and get her card and stuff settled out that she could pay her back. My aunt pretty much was just like, no, we're not traveling with them. We just gonna keep going. So we stopped to get the medicine. We in the car talking. My mom like break down, like, you know, explain to us that it's really messed up that your only sister could just leave you like that after you told her what was going on, and she just did not give a fuck. She left us. And so we ended up getting home. Days go by. My cousin, I told you my cousin, not days go by, but we ended up getting home. And now it's to the point where my cousin now has to go back home with this person with this attitude, and there is tension. So they know they have to ride back home together. So instead of, you know, sitting in the front seat like she normally would, my aunt puts her stuff in the passenger seat and makes her sit in the back like a Uber. So my cousin is really pissed off about that. And then they get home. She pretty much saying like, I'm hearing from my mom that my aunt has put all the kitchen appliances and stuff in her room. Like, she don't want her using none of her stuff. Like, they not talking to each other. They kind of, you know, just passing as they go, whatever. So I'm like, well, shit, that's her problem, not mine, to be honest. I feel bad for her, and I feel bad for the situation. I feel bad that she had to go back home to that, but, you know, it was like something that she started with her because my cousin, again, was not really in it. She created that situation herself. So then, after a few days go by, I get a text from my cousin saying, I talked to her, we talk, everything cool, but I still don't, you know, mess with her like I used to mess with her. I forgot to mention that while we were sitting out in the car at Popeyes, she sent us a message pretty much saying that she booked her trip separate from us, because I told y'all we were going to go on another trip together this year. But she sent us a message saying she's going separate from us, and either we can put our card on file or forfeit the deposit, all this extra stuff. I'm like, you know what, I'm a forfeit it. So my cousin forfeit too. So we get to talking or whatever. We talk about the situation. I'm like, oh, okay, what y'all talked about. And, you know, she telling us what we talk about, what they talked about, and she's sending us voice notes. I wish I kept the voice notes, but I didn't. But she's pretty much telling us, you know, why my auntie was so upset and what she feels from the situation. And she is not talking about nothing of the situation that actually happened. She's talking about how she's talking about my sister's boyfriend. Like, she has this weird obsession with him for whatever reason. She's talking about how we went on the trip to Panama City Beach and we paid for everything, which was a lie. She's saying we invited our boyfriends to Thanksgiving trip without asking nobody, which was a lie. She's saying that she felt like it was rude that we didn't say bye to nobody when we got in the car, which was a lie. We actually did hug people, but I was in the car because I thought we were all going to breakfast first and then branching off. But it didn't happen like that. And also my baby was sick, so I was sitting in the car because I was holding her. So it wasn't intentional. I wasn't intentionally not talking to nobody. Like, that wasn't the case. But she doesn't know that we actually did hug everybody that came to us, and we hugged and we said our goodbyes, all that stuff. But she doesn't know that because she was in the car talking about how disrespectful it was that we didn't say bye to nobody. So I'm reading the message. I'm like, hold up. She's telling you why she was mad at the situation, but why is she only talking about our personal lives that have nothing to do with the situation? So by this point, I'm really like, okay, yeah, I'm done with her. Because why are you talking about my personal life like we just wasn't family 5 days ago? Like, and not to mention the stuff you saying about my personal life is not even true. So then I'm telling my boyfriend what's happening, what's going on, all the information, and he pretty much like, you know, she ain't make that shit up by herself, like somebody told her that. Put the dots together that my mom gave her information. My mom gave my grandma information that she went and told my aunt stuff. But again, this is a bad game of telephone, so a lot of the information gets translated wrong, and then it ends up like that, especially with somebody that's preying on your downfall. They're going to twist the information and make it to what they want it to be anyway. So this is how all these lies got told in this conversation. So by this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with her. I'm done with the situation. I've been done with the situation since the day it happened. So why we still talking about it, I don't understand. We kept hearing, you know, things about what she was saying to our grandma that was being relayed back to us. Like, the reason she left us and didn't help my mom with the gas and stuff is because she didn't want to give her sister no money because we were in the car. Like, you gonna do that to your sister? Like, that's some trifling ass shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. It doesn't matter what the fuck me and my sister got going on. I will not leave her stranded over something that me and her not even beefing about. She said she did not give a fuck if we were stranded or not. She did not give a fuck. Now, you could be mad, you know, you cannot give a fuck if I was stranded, but to say you don't give a fuck that even your sister stranded when y'all was cool before we got in the car that day, like, that's really not. And then she kept saying stuff about my mom's parenting, like she needs to get control of us, and we're like, we're not little girls no more. Like, what are you talking about? So now my mom is not, you know, talking to her because, you know, she felt like she overstepped her boundaries, talking about her parenting. The shit she did with the car was grimy. I'm still not talking to her. My sister definitely not talking to her because she bringing up her relationship, all these things when they never really had an issue to begin with. She was the main one throwing shots at her. Her and my cousin are cool because they live together, but of course she just don't look at her the same. So that's where we're at with the situation, honestly. Me personally, if things do change, I do think, you know, I'm open to being cordial, but it would just never be on the level that it was before, based off the fact that she brought my personal life into it like this was high school. If you had kept it as you shouldn't have said nothing while I was scolding my niece, then I would have been like, you know what, I understand that. That's my bad. I shouldn't have said nothing. I should have stayed out of it. But the fact that your whole reasoning behind not fucking with us or cutting us off is because you pretty much don't like our relationships and don't like this about us, don't like that about, like, I just feel like it was very childish. And for you to be in your 30s, like, come on now, be for real. You too old for that. It's just giving the adults are not being the adults, and I didn't like that. So that was the end of that story, and that's why I would never be going on a family vacation with these people again. And we will not be doing no more family vacations. That was it. Finito. We're done. So if you feel like I left something out of the story, you got a question about something, if I didn't explain something, just leave it down in the comment section below, so I can answer that for you. If you have any advice regarding the situation, you could drop that down below as well. If you ever experienced a situation like this with a family member, you can drop that down below as well. I would love to know, if there are other families that got trials and tribulations like us, But if you did make it to this third part, I want to thank you so much for watching. There will definitely be more story times in the future, so please stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.
Boom boom release Miss J.